Hello and welcome to the Build with Bear workshop. My name is Baer. I'm here to build model kits and chat with you. First and foremost, thank you, Harold, for hosting. Always appreciate it. Shadow, hello. Build stream, let's go. We are building. We are here in the proper Build with Bear workshop. Road says they're playing Resident Evil still, but I'll have the stream open to check progress. Well, that's rad. Thank you very much. Wait for a few more folks to join us here in the chat before we get to building. Right when I kicked off the stream, I got hit with some drop frames. Hopefully that will not reoccur. Hopefully that was just right at the beginning and at the part where it was just, the image of my poor logo. Someday I will pay someone to create me a logo that's good, and I'll use that. Hello, Isk. Ultron, hello. Yeah, I'm going to throw the Bear Cave emote in the chat. If you're a subscriber, throw that Bear Cave emote there. We are at 70 subscribers. Someone subscribed last night, or today, between when we ended and now. Somebody jumped in, and so we're at 70. We hit the nice number last night, and now we're 70 subscribers, which is rad. So thank you to everybody. Lashbrook is here. Harold, cheers, 150. 150 on the 150. That's right, Harold. I hadn't mentioned that. I am now at, this is the 150th build stream. That does not include a couple travel build things where I didn't number them, which I probably should have. But yeah, this is the 150th proper build stream, which is rad. Very, very cool. And I did pretty good. I got my tax thing from Twitch today for the money that I made as a streamer in the past actual full year last year, because last year was a full year of being a affiliate streamer, and did okay. I expect to do better this year than that, but good. Mr. Bob's here. Hello, Mr. Bob. Okay, so before we even get to the building, I'll say off stream today, I completed the chess piece. If you were watching on Thursday, this part down here where the white is, I couldn't get to fit in with all the parts and have this be able to open, and this part here wasn't working, and I didn't know what was wrong, and I didn't know what I was doing incorrectly. It turns out that I had some pieces inside of this part wrong. I had them reversed. So I took apart every part of this completely and then tried a bunch of configurations and got it to work. Literally the first step in this kit I did wrong. So then I put all the parts on it and finished it up because I didn't want to I just wanted to get it done, including adding this part here and putting on some armor pieces and two stickers that I still screwed up. I screwed up one of these stickers even by doing it without you here. But anyway, we can go to the overhead shot. Looks like we have not dropped any more frames once we actually started, which is great. But yeah, let me push this aside. So we've got our chest. We've got our head, which we completed. The neck there, we did one full arm. We've got to do the other full arm now. Of course, we have components of that arm because we were doing stuff two at a time. So we're already in a good spot here. We can start assembly of this. I hope you're all doing well out there. As always, I should say, if you're not currently a subscriber, consider subscribing. If you can't, I understand. Perhaps consider becoming a follower here. There's 710 followers, which is a great big old number. But yeah, you could follow and then turn your notifications on so you know when I go live with my streams. And then you could pop in and hang out. Let's see. So I got to do this. That. Yeah. We already did one full arm, so this arm should be pretty simple. I just have to remember where things are. And then one thing I noticed about this kit, this is the Sengoku Astray kit. There's a lot of extra snips I have to take off. There's a lot of extra material on these pieces. I don't know if that's just this batch of the kit or it's every one of them, but it is a little frustrating. I'll say that. Because I think I'm making clean cuts, and then I realize I'm not making clean cuts, and I got to go back through. All right, whoop, I popped out, so I got to fix that. Had a pretty relaxing Saturday. I was happy about that. Um, I'll tell you this. I got to figure out a solution to an issue I have with a future series I was looking to do. We'll start by talking about that. As you may know, I have a series called Let Pat Play, a new episode every Monday. January became Mech Week. Or Mech Month. I wasn't expecting to be Mech Month, but I talked about this on stream. How I wanted to do. I was thinking about doing a stream where I focused for like a month. Not a stream, sorry, a video series for a month where I looked at Fallout New Vegas, which was one of my favorite games of all time, with a bunch of mods. Now I haven't played Fallout in a while, New Vegas in a while. So long so that I didn't realize that Mod Manager is gone, and there's some new thing called Vortex that Nexus is trying to get me to use. So I got to learn how Vortex works to download some mods, but it's pretty helpful. Uh, and I was like, okay, so I went through and kind of looked at some stuff. Um, and another thing I've never done before is I've never had a two monitor setup playing Fallout New Vegas. And Fallout New Vegas seems to hate that. It just seems to hate my other monitor. It really, really does. Uh, so it's been already kind of annoying. I haven't recorded any of it yet. I literally haven't even started recording. I've just been um, trying to get stuff set up so I can record a bunch of them. Because the idea is that I will not just play Fallout New Vegas, which people have played, people know, but it'll be like, let Pat play Fallout Mod Vegas. Uh, or, I'm going to call it that, or Viva Mod Vegas. I haven't decided yet. I think I might call it Viva Mod Vegas, because I think that's a fun name. But the idea is that I would be showing off a bunch of mods. Um, Judgmental cat of video games. Yep, totally. And Mr. Rob says PC gaming does not like multi monitor support when the other monitor is not used for games. Very true. I have run into that on some games. You know what? Fallout 4 doesn't seem to give a shit about my second monitor, and I modded the hell out of that using at the time Nexus. It might be something where I'm not optimized for things. It also could be just New Vegas. Could just be like mad at me. It could be any number of things. I haven't really figured it out, but I am like looking at trying to figure out like what I need to do to get it right. Um, my assumption is that if I unplug my second monitor, um, and then start my recording, my display recording, and then open up New Vegas, it'll work out okay. That's the plan right now, is to do those steps. And if I do those steps, then I should be able to record without it being a problem. You may want to see if there is a windowed mode, but that usually has performance hit. Mr. Bob, that's a good idea. Maybe doing windowed mode would be fine. Really, all I want on my second monitor is the names of the mods that I'm using, because the idea is that I'm going to try different mods basically with every stream, or not stream, every recording. I keep saying stream. Every recording I will like be using a different mod and kind of showing them off and just playing through some of my favorite stuff, like hey, oh, you didn't know? I had this mod turned on. Now you know that. Or why are these stats like this? Well, because of this cool mod. But yeah, so I'm looking at various things to check out, and we'll see. We'll see if I can get it working. But yeah, I might be able to do windowed mode. That's a good idea, Mr. Bob. I think I'm going to be playing around with it a bit tomorrow, because the other idea is that I would like to bank a bunch of them, and also usually let Pat play. I just turn on like OBS and record in OBS, and then just play the game. And I play the game, and it's fine and fun. And then just upload it. Like the thing I'm putting up on Monday, spoiler alert, I'm very bad at it, and I don't show you basically any part of the game. It's not a great let Pat play, but it was fun for me to do, so I just kind of did it and whatever, and I was fine with that. But this series, I think I would have to edit more, so that's why I want to bank a bunch of recording so that I can then like take my time and edit it. That's the goal anyway. But I think it's a really fun game, and I love looking at silly mods. The mods I have so far are um, the cheat terminal mod, which basically instead of using the cheat commands, like the console commands, you just have a thing that you can use portably, or it by default is in Doc Mitchell's office. And you can just have a bunch of things. So instead of entering commands, you can use a terminal interface to do that, which is pretty cool. I think that's a cool thing because I'm going to cheat a lot. So I might as well have it as a terminal that I can also, there's a portable version, so I can just do it whenever. Um, and then I have unlimited companions because I think that is so game breaking and nonsense and wonderful. Um, and then I have another one which will be a surprise, but is a fun um, mod that when it happens, I want it to be a surprise for people that are watching. It's also fun because then if it doesn't work, you won't know, and I'll just make up something else to be the thing. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at tonight. Got a little light attendance this evening. That's okay. I know there's wrestling on, and it's a Saturday night, and people have plans. And then, as always, Saturday is generally our lowest attended stream. Um, but yeah, I'm happy you're here. Thanks for joining me. And of course, also, we had one extra stream because last night was the monthly bonus game stream, so we had a bunch of people show up for that. So, which was really nice. And I thank you all for joining me at that. That was cool to have people there, and it was fun to play some games with y'all. C19 and C20. All right, that's C19. It's the back one. Once again, this is just stuff that we did already on Thursday, so not taking too long. But yeah, I'm also thinking about now that I think about it, that video that I have that's supposed to be going up on Monday, what I could do is just take out the segment of that I did live last night and just use that segment because that was pretty fun. The when ski lifts go wrong it's a pretty fun game. And I haven't done that before, like take out a live segment and then just upload that to YouTube as like a segment. So maybe I'll do that. I was planning on tomorrow re-recording the video that I was going to put up on Monday anyway, because like I said, I found this. It was an emulated game. It's a LucasArts made like a mech game for the Super Nintendo, and it's fun, but I couldn't really get the hang of it, so I didn't really play too much of it. And I'm like, meh, maybe I can like play more of it and get a handle and then try it out again. But because like Mech Month was cool, but I'm the one that gets to decide if I if it's Mech Month or not, and what counts as a mech. Maybe ski lifts count as mech. I don't know. Maybe that's just a decision I made. But yeah, I'll put a call out as I start doing this Fallout series of and ask people for their favorite mods that are on the Nexus and try it out. I think it'd be cool. Show off a bunch of mods. I haven't done the graphic I haven't done the big graphics ones. Get a mod that adds the Keyblade. I mean, I'm sure that exists, Mr. Bob. In fact, let me go tab it over to, not for you, but I am. Uh, Tabbing over here to search Keyblade. Let me try 2 words. All right, there is no mod on Nexus Mods for Fallout New Vegas that allows you to add a Keyblade. So unfortunately, no. Uh, Sorry, Mr. Bob, but that is unfortunately not a thing. Um, I got asked here from Ultron, did you ever play the Gundam Battle Assault fighting games on PS1? I did play those. Um, uh, yeah, the PlayStation fighting ones were fun. I definitely enjoyed those. That was those were pretty cool. Okay, so that's it for C because we did 16, 17. All right, that's it for that. Now we got to build the hands. E, F, D, and B. All right. Where's a B? Where's a B? E, F, and D. Oops, dropped F. Where did F go? Shadow says, have you ever built a perfect grade kit? I hear they're similar to Master Grade, but just bigger in the 160 scale. Pretty intriguing. Ultron says, I liked how the limbs and such were individual sprites. Yes, that was very fucking cool. I had forgotten about that part, but you're totally right. That is rad. Mr. Bob says, I have no idea why they never kept going with those. Gundam versus, but an anime fighter with mechs is awesome. Yes, totally right. Um, I bet I wonder if there's a Gundam paint job for, power armor. I know there is in Fallout 4. There's like a Voltron paint job, and a few other things. So I wonder if that is in New Vegas. But go back to Shadow. Yes, on this very channel, it's in the YouTube archives. We built the perfect grade Wing Zero. That's the one with the feathers. That was pretty early on, a few months in. The very wonderful Steve Lynn, who's an incredible supporter of many wonderful video game people, and also me. Yeah, Steve purchased that. It was kind of like a dream. I never thought I would build one on stream. The 160. So the thing with how do I describe this? So I've built the 160 before. 160 high grades are just like a bigger high grade. 160 scale perfect grades are like the pieces are actually more like real grade size pieces, but on a 160 scale. So what I mean by that is you are dealing with very tiny pieces that you have to keep adding and adding and adding, and then suddenly it's big. So like the leg might be this big there, but that's going to be 18 pieces on this side. So it's a lot of layering and it's a lot of building, and they're thick parts, and it's a process. It was the longest stream I think we've done. Although the Zaku from Thunderbolt, that's a big master grade, but that was a long build. We had that kit took quite some time to pull off. I think it turned out great, so I'm certainly not complaining. But yeah, that was quite the build. You know, I'd love to do another one of those someday. I had a really good time with the master grade. It's so scary. I mean, that's also a kit. That was one of the first kits I ever damaged while building. The rod for the front part of the skirt, the blue skirt, the rod broke, and I had to super glue a toothpick to it to like attach the two parts together. Um, and it's not perfect, but it worked. And it was kind of nice to be able to E11 to kind of like go through the process of being like, okay, it's a very expensive kit that we just damaged, but it's not the end of the world. Let's fix it. So that was kind of nice to be able to do that. But yeah, I would like to at some point try that again. Um, try another perfect grade because they're really scary but fun. Um, but yeah, assembled this hand. But now you got me curious, Mr. Bob. I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna go to Fallout New Vegas on the Nexus mods, and I'm gonna search for Gundam. Replace sugar bombs to Gunpla. Gundam armor port. So there's a port of some other mod that makes. Oh wow, yeah, it makes your power armor uh look. It was Fallout 3 one. It's not a good. It looks really bad. I'm gonna put the link in the chat so you can see it. Uh, this does not look like a good. That doesn't look fun. I might try it, but that doesn't look fun. Um, I don't know. I'm gonna bookmark it, but that looks pretty bad. And then the other one is you can make sugar bombs look like gunpla boxes. That doesn't. That's kind of fun. I might do that one too. Maybe I'll do that one too. I don't know. There's a lot of mods out there. Uh, pretty goofy to me. A problem with hosted mod sites is they will take down copyright infringement mods. Well, Mr. Bob, the Nexus doesn't seem to do that too often. Yeah, I mean, there's certainly copyrighted stuff that they definitely take down, but like, I don't know. It feels like Bethesda doesn't really go after mod sites because there's a lot of really weird shit you can do in those games. Uh, a lot of really weird, some might even say gross and awful mods that you can do. I certainly won't be playing any of them, but like, there's a lot of really fucked up shit that you can get into, and they don't seem to have any problem with that, keeping them up. So I don't know. Nexus moderation is notoriously strange. Yes, Arbina. First of all, hello. Second of all, yeah. Sometimes they're like they go after stuff and it's very weird, and sometimes they are just ignoring a thing seemingly forever, and you're like, why? All right, so this goes like this. This master grade only has one hand, and that sucks. Because if anything goes wrong, then I have to go into another kit and get a different hand, and that's not cool. I always prefer multiple hands to one hand. Even if it's well articulated, I still prefer to have the option to have choices. What did I do wrong here? Oh. Put the hand on wrong. Speaking of wrong. Oops. Some of these pieces here are a little bit on the small side, and I always run into the problem there. How else will I get clean faces? Indeed, Ultron. Indeed. Nice. Shit. Come on, hands. Go where I need you to go. It's master grade only having one set of hands is wild. I know, right, Shadow? It's a master grade. You think it would have closed fists and pointers and all the other shit that you expect to have like 3 options of hands, but Nope. And like maybe they only give one of the white part and you have to swap it out, which I've certainly seen on kits. But yeah, it's pretty wild that these are the only hands. Uh, Bandit kits are so weird with features like hands, decals, etc. Yep, they can be. Certainly. They also just put out Gundam NT version of the Shinju Stein. I forget how to say that one. And it makes the same system of stickers for decorating the sleeve sections that their manga kit used 5 years ago. Yep, that's weird. All right, we are now done with the hands. The hands are done. The arms, I should say. There's probably some extra stuff that's going to get put on when it all goes together. But right now, we are making some progress on this kit, which is great. I have not said this. I will. Uh, Build versions of other kits can generally be cheaper in weird ways. Mr. Bob, yeah, this is my first time doing a build fighters, the Gundam fighters, Gundam build, whatever. You know what I'm saying. This is my first time doing that, so it's weird. I should say my next stream is going to be on Monday. Obviously, we're here another hour and a half. I am going to do another late night Monday, so that's 1 a.m. Eastern time, technically Tuesday. I hope folks will tune in again. It was, I was tired when we were doing it, but it's still fun to do. So I hope folks will pop in for that. All right, so we're going to do shoulders. We've got stickers that need to get applied, and then we're going to put these clear pieces over the sticker. Now, it's not showing too well on, either camera really. This is like a very bright see-through green, and then the darker green stickers. You can see that there. So we need V here. We're going to get our first V's, and then we're doing 2 shoulders at once. So we'll assemble, then we'll do sticker, then we do the clear thing over the sticker, which should make it pop pretty well. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that works. I'm going to put this all off to the side so that it's not in my way, and I can build here. I super want to do the Moon Gundam. Keep seeing it makes me want to buy it. Oh yeah, I haven't looked at that. I'm going to get on Amazon here and look at the Moon Gundam. Oh yeah, that's there's a 144 Moon Gundam that looks pretty cool. I don't love the 144 scale, but that looks pretty neat. Yeah, I need to put more Gundam stuff in my on my list. There's some stuff that looks really cool that I just haven't added that I'd like to do. The moon part of the set of a weird funeral plate thing. Yes, totally. The moon's like splits apart. Yeah, it's so weird. It's like a big funnel. Yeah, it looks so weird and cool. Yeah, that's a cool looking kit. But yeah, I don't. You know me. I'm not opposed to the 144 scale. I just don't like it as far as building on this channel, which is why I have very few real grades up. Although real grades are doing cool stuff, I just would prefer to work in the RE100 stuff. I'm much more interested in than the real grades. Real grades can just be tricky, and also, like I said, I just have been realized that 100 is the scale for me when it comes to doing streams like this. I just think it's a better size of pieces and design, and it's not as intricate here and there. Sometimes it is, but not always. I don't know, but we all have our preferences. It's a very tough scale to show on camera. Yeah, it's just a tough scale to work with. I'll do it, but I would prefer not to. Some of the real grades are just so cool. And of course, like, I wanted to do, I had to buy the Wing Gundam because of course, it had a transformation. Like, as you know, that is the goal. I've been told that I have the another wing kit coming in the mail, so that'll be good. Um, I've been thinking about just knocking those out. The one master grade we haven't done, the 1/100 scale master grade we have not done, is the Sandrock. I've never bought that. It's never been bought off my wish list. But I do have the 1/100 high grade Sandrock from Endless Waltz. So I've been thinking about just pulling that in soon. Of course, the other one that is an Endless Waltz kit, or that not Endless Waltz, not Endless Waltz kit. No, it is. It's the Endless Waltz one that was bought off my wish list. Uh, it's bought off my wish list, so I got to build it. Those are the rules that I set up for this. All right, so let's go over here. But yeah, I'm gonna be streaming on Monday night, 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. As I said, I think that'll be pretty cool. And all right, so this is a big sticker. You can see it's gonna go here, and then this is gonna go over it. So my hope is that I can put this in exactly right, and I don't have to try to peel it out so that it goes in the notches. All right, that did. So let me just smooth it out without ripping it. And then pushing this in should hopefully help smooth it out as well. And then just pop that in like that. Oh, that looks pretty cool. Looks real neat. All right, that went well. Now let's hope that the other one goes just as well. Got a lot of stickers here to put in. It goes. All right. Oh, nope. Didn't get it in, this one. Ah. All right, now I got to be very careful. I'm going to actually use my tweezers to try to peel this sticker out so that I can put it back in. Not exactly a complaint. I think the MG Zabazi is one of the best kits Ben's ever made. Oh, you're working on the real grade one, which is an extremely good kit, but it's not quite up to the level of the master grade. Yeah. The 100% undergrading of the RG is a hell of a thing to work on with, though. Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't worked on that. Obviously, you've seen everybody, some of y'all that have been here a while know the ones that I've worked on, and it's yeah. Okay, so we're just peeling this up nice and slowly, and then we will line it up better. Great. That one has a little bit of a bend in the thing. So instead of really pressing down there, I'm just going to make sure that I push this down really well. Glad we had the tweezers. Intricate work on occasion here on the stream. Oh yeah, make sure that this is nice and clean. There's a little bit of extra. Asmo says, hi, don't know if I'll be able to stick around too long, but I had to say congratulations on 150 build streams. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Asmo. That's lovely. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks, folks, for being here tonight. Always appreciate it. The Saturday streams sometimes can be a little laid back and not as lively, but chat has been real nice tonight so far, so that's great. Thank you for that, and thank you for everybody who is a subscriber, those that have been gifting subscriptions. That's rad. I am always prepared for the number to drastically go down as the gift subs towards the end of the month when we hit some of our milestones. When I hit that 250 mark, 250 hours, I should say, streaming, that was one of the first big sub trains. And every time there's a sub train, there's always the risk. Hello, Epic! Epic Open World is here. Happy to have you here. Thanks for joining me. But yeah, I'm happy for it to go around the run. Okay, so the sticker and the plastic or piece over it, I think look really good. I think that's a very cool looking addition there. These are the shoulder pieces here we're building now, so we can put this aside and keep working on it. Yeah, you know, for the streams, as I've said, the stuff that I really like working on is the 1/100 master grade. I mean, that's pretty obvious. That is the size and the style I like to do. I don't mind doing the 1/100 high grades. They're very fast builds, but it's also nice to have an option for folks to be able to pick something up. And like I said, like even though I ended up with the Tall Geese 3 from Endless Waltz, I never thought I would. The Endless Waltz Tall Geese 3. So, like, building the 1/100 scale heavy arms from Endless Waltz, it's the high grade. But that way we got to build that version of the kit. I don't, you know, if someone's going to buy that off my wish list, that's rad. I'm not expecting it to. So, and also I don't mind having both of them. So it's totally okay with me if I then later build the master grade version of that. Like, great, thanks, you know. But to me, one of the things that I always try to do on this is obviously like gonna build not Endless Waltz, gonna build every Gundam wing possible in the 1/100 scale. Everything from Gundam Wing we're going to buy. Everyone in the chat is already jumping in about how you should order pizza at Epic Open World. If you got a place that does delivery well, or even good, don't get bad delivery, but get good delivery or okay delivery. Even okay delivery. But like, don't get bad pizza. You know, don't get cardboard, unless you really want cardboard. In which case, get cardboard. But yeah, go for. I say go for it. I had pizza the other night, and it was great. All right, so this goes in like this. Building our shoulder fist things. Excited about that. And then I need this one here. The M grade heavy arms is great too. Not anime accurate. They use his designs in the later manga, but it's like a great huge Gatling weapon and still has the hidden beam saber. Good stuff. Oh yeah, I've seen that. Yeah. Yeah, the one that I have in my wish list on Amazon is the like double arms, like the double hand design. Doesn't have the beam or the blade, the hidden blade. But it is a cool looking kit. Yeah, I like that design. I do enjoy those designs. But yeah, that's always been the goal, is that we get something that represents every kit in the 100 scale. And I've also already built every possible model cardboard pizza. There you go. Yeah. I've already built every possible Death Scythe, because we built the Chibi Death Scythe as well, the Super Deformed. So I've built every Death Scythe totally possible in the 100 scale, because we had to buy the high grade of the Death Scythe Hell, not the customer Endless Waltz, Death Scythe Hell, because there's no other version of that in the 100 scale. So of course I had to get that. That's okay. I don't mind that. It's a good model, and that one went together nice. And also the stickers were fun, so that's always nice when the stickers are enjoyable to add, because sometimes they're not. All right, so I got to put this on like this here. This looks pretty cool. Looks very cool. And of course, I think as I mentioned, these things are like fists and shields that like pop in over, and then also the katanas that this kit has, the Sengoku Astray, can also be held there. So you can have the katanas being held by the fists, which is just so great and silly. Death Scythe Hell, yeah, indeed. Yeah, that's my only regret with this channel is that I've built every death scythe possible. For me. Oh, actually, this piece needs to get popped out because I didn't put in the fist. So let's see if I can pop this out. But yeah, that's my only regret with the channel is that I bought them too fast and too quickly, and now they all I've built them all. I have no more death sites to build. Maybe someday there'll be a master grade death site hell. The Endless Waltz custom one is so good. That's such a great looking kit. But yeah. There's something about that double death scythe, the double bladed death scythe, that I just love it so much. The double scythe makes the hell cool. I never loved the armor. I think I get what they're trying to do with it. The idea that it's like a cloaking field that like encompasses it. Like I always got that, but I never really liked it. So I put this piece on here. This is supposed to be in there, and so I actually can fit it in like that, so I don't have to fully remove it. And it pops out like that. They pop out some for whatever, and then pop back in. It's pretty good. Good little design. All right, and then we're gonna finish off the design of it, the build of it, I should say, not the design. With some more V pieces. Here we go. Perfect grade death scythe, please Bandai. I know, right? I want to check one thing. Yeah. Yeah, it's just like such a like the master grade ones are all so beautiful. And I do think the Death Scythe Hell custom from Endless Waltz is just like a beautiful kit. Um, yeah, I'm looking at perfect grades. I was just like wanted to check on the perfect grade stuff and see if there was any ones that like I definitely want to build in the future. Uh I mean the Banshee Norn would be such a problem. Uh someone I know on Twitter was talking about building the real grade Norn, and I was like, good luck. That seems hard. Um, and when Pat saw the breadth of his Gundams, he went for the no more death sites left to conquer. Indeed, Asmo. Indeed. Uh, PG Strike Rogue rules. Older kit though. Yeah. Yeah, there's some older perfect grades that are cool. I mean, that Wing Gundam no grade 160 was like, ooh, I gotta turn off. Sorry, hold on, folks. I did not turn off autofocus on the overhead. For some reason, I can't keep that setting saved no matter what I do, so I have to always turn it off, and sometimes I forget to. There, I'll turn autofocus is now off. We should be better. All the PG Strike variants are extremely good. Yeah, yeah. I mean, they're very good perfect grades. Don't get me wrong. There's plenty of good stuff out there. Yeah, it's just that thing of what was I saying? I don't remember. Oh, the 160, that Wing Gundam no grade 160 was really fun to build. That was a really pleasurable build. And also, the first time I've ever gotten a light gimmick to work in a kit. It took a while to get that to work, but I love that like you literally built the case for the batteries out of plastic. It's just a silly part of the design, but I think it was cool. All right, then we need two. One. We're going to build this part here, and then we will completely assemble the other part as well. All right. And we'll do next part here. Same thing, other side. We'll just separate them to make it easier. The IBO, Vidar, and the Tyrun 3 are busy as hell, and I am here for it. Yes! There's whole lot of extra and IBO designs, and it rules. Oh, yeah, the Iron-Blooded Orphans, um, the full mechanics, the stuff that predates the name full mechanics. Full mechanics is one of my favorite weird things that I didn't really know about until I got back into building, because it came out when I wasn't building kits, and when I wasn't building kits, I wasn't paying attention to the world of model kits, at all. So it was such a pleasant surprise to build the whole skeleton and then the outside working. I really should build another one of those full mechanics kits. I should put more on my wish list because they're so good. Something I'll buy. I still got that Optimus Prime to build too. It's going to be very weird to build that kit since it doesn't transform. It feels like such a strange... I understand why it doesn't transform because it's a model kit, but it's just weird that there's a model kit out there of Optimus Prime and you can't make him anything. It's just strange. Like I said, I get it, but it's still strange. I have a regular PG Strike. My main complaint with it was modeled in 2 different shades of white, molded in 2 different shades of white. Lashbrook, yeah, that sounds not good. I don't like that at all. I don't like the sound of that. It's weird. Like maybe they were changing production of it mid-kit or something. It's weird. That's very strange. Doot. And then we'll put this on here. And then we'll put this like this. Oops, sorry, I got my nose here. A little stuffed up. Got some winter cold coming in. Trying to fight that because that's not what I want. Alright, so this goes in like that. Okay. I'm sure there'll be more to that soon. How these... Oh, yeah, it makes sense. It has to attach to the kit and then be able to move around, so this will swing out and do some stuff so that it can do its thing, I guess. Makes sense. Like I said, I haven't seen this in action, which is always an odd thing. That's the advice I always give to people that are like, I'm not sure, I've never built a kit before. Obviously, I always talk about the high grade and how that's a great place to start. The 100 scale high grade is my preferred way of where people begin. But the thing that I always say to people is that if you start with a kit you know the model, then you kind of like you can like kind of work out in your head like, okay, and then that attaches like this. I remember that from the show. Like that's usually a little easier than like this. Like I'm going off of logic and just trying to follow instructions. But, on Thursday when I was running into problems with this part here, I was like, I don't know how it's supposed to go, and I don't know if I'm doing it right. Just like a bad... I don't love that feeling. But, of course, if you don't watch it, you don't have that knowledge base. So, just doing my best. So we need X1, which is gold, and then the W, which is red. They do that a lot with the RG2, provide some contrast in big areas of white. It's a controversial aesthetic. Oh, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, different shades of white doesn't sound awesome to me. I'm sure that there are people who love that change of pace, but I'm not one of them. I don't think I like that idea. Sometimes there's a slight red. This red all seems to be the same, but, it could have been different. Some booster rockets here. I thought these originally were going to be like Vulcan guns, but they are the interior part of a rocket, which is cool. Just want to check that. But yeah, I mean, I appreciate aesthetic choices to kind of break things up. Especially a kit that is maybe pretty straightforward and someone believes needs a little bit of a sprucing up. Alright, so we can do that there. All right, and then we can pop this on here. Great. So we get some rockets going here, some boosters, some jets, jet propulsion, like that. All right, so we've now done all the parts we can do that you do two at once. So we can just put them like this. And now we're going to build the right shoulder, which we need U and F, U1 and F. Here's U1. And F is the small one in here. Great. And as always, we do it this way. It takes us time, and then we just go real fast on the other ones. So, but most of this was identical, so that helps a lot. Yeah. All right, so it goes in there. 5 and 6. Oh, sorry about that. Like as I said, got the sniffles a little bit. Hopefully I can knock out this cold with plenty of rest and a little bit of medicine here and there. But trying to make sure I don't lose my voice since I use it a lot. On my ongoing hunt for employment, I can share that I have made an arrangement to have some kind of work. It is not a career. It is not a full-time job, unfortunately. But I will be using my talents as a tech person twice a week starting in March at a theater that is local to me, very local, like walking distance local. So that's exciting. Um, yeah, but they're not open that often. It's like people that rent a space and do a lot of shows there, like late at night. So I'll be popping in on on occasion. Should not interfere with this. If it does, if I have to work a Saturday or something, then I will change my schedule and make arrangements to accommodate and still stream 3 times a week because that's important to me. Um, but yeah, I'm happy to have a little bit of something lined up. It, like I said, it's not a full time job, but it is something. So that's good. I do want to show. I love this interior. You see the Sengoku. You have the swords here, and you have the big fist, and then you also have the combination sword fist, and also this shield. Look at this shield we're gonna build. Look at that thing. It's cool as hell. This honestly, this armor, um, really reminds me of like Shaman King. Like that's actually what it reminds me of, uh, which makes sense because it's still traditional. Very inspired by the traditions, uh, Japanese traditions and all that. So it's not surprising that that's what it reminds me of. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Congrats on finding some work. Money is good. Yes, Epic. Like, it's small time stuff. I've been applying for real work, long term, full time employment. Unfortunately, that has not been in the cards at the moment. Hopefully, it will. Because like it would be nice if I don't know, worked a day job, then worked a couple hours at a place just to kind of keep in the tech and do that stuff. Or if I can't get a full time job working for a theater at night, and I can kind of keep my foot, in that world. Uh, it's weird. It's all very weird, and I'm like still figuring out how it works, but I am confident that I'll find something long term. Yeah, Road. Hello. So I found a part time job. It's like a couple nights a week. I think it'll be 2 nights a week. I'll be working at a comedy venue. That's a small little venue. It won't be much. It'll just be like a little bit extra money, and will be most likely like an easy gig for me. I'll be overqualified for it, but I found something starting in March, so I can have some sort of income while I figure out what's going on with me. So it's something. So I'm excited about that because it also means that like legitimately, it just means that I can apply for something and get it, and that's a good little boost of confidence. And it does start in March, so it's something. You know, it's some work. Like I said, it's not all the work. It's not a career. It's not a a salaried position somewhere, but it's something. So I'll take it. But yeah, as Epic puts it, money is good. Money can be exchanged for goods and or services, and therefore has value in our society. And I got to get those goods and services when I can. Hey, folks that are just joining in, happy to have you here. We're building this Sengoku Astray. Um, and it's a very fun build. I should say, I haven't said this in the stream yet. This kit was purchased off my Amazon wish list. We'll mention that when I take my break very soon. That wish list, and this was bought by the wonderful Rich Gallup. Thank you, Rich, so much for purchasing this cool kit. Did I do this right? Sorry, I'm just gonna pop back in. U16. I just have to make sure that U16 is the right piece. Yeah, I removed U16. Okay. All right. Just making sure. I don't know this kit too well, so you know. We did another one of those stickers, followed by a clear piece on top. So, couple questions here. We're going to take our break in a moment. Now that we're about an hour in, but I will answer these questions and then we'll take our break. So, Epic asked, just curious, would you consider moving out of state for a job? Yes, 100%. I love New York. I love that I can work here and do things, but I can get good, stable internet. I can get better stable internet in a lot of places in this world, and there's only a couple cities in the United States where I would be paying more rent than I pay now. So I would certainly consider for the right job moving for a job that the cost of me moving there would put me in debt and wouldn't work out and it wouldn't go anywhere. Probably not, but for like a job that like I'd be so good for and would be fulfilling and awesome. Yeah, totally. Like I said, I love New York, but my folks retired to South Carolina. So if I want to see them, I have to fly to see them. So I can live anywhere because I got to get on a plane to see them. So whatever. And then Ultron asks, if a TV exec came to you and offered you a sitcom, what would it be about? Would you play the sassy maid? I do think that me as a maid is a funny idea. I think there could be some laughs from that. Um, I don't know if I have my like dream sitcom thing. Uh, oh, who would play the sassy maid? Not would I? Well, I mean, what if I did a situation comedy, a workplace situation comedy about a bunch of butlers and maids, uh, and I played like a butler. Like, what if Downton Abbey was just like a straight comedy about the people that work for at Downton Abbey? Like, that's the whole show. I could write that. A period piece that's really funny and like, yeah, that could be cool as hell. I'd be up for that. Um, yeah, I would do that pretty much in a heartbeat. So this is the right shoulder here. Oh, I'm gonna my ear here. Pardon me. Sorry about that. All right, great. Um, yeah, I'd be interested in that. Ben Pack is made. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna take a break here for a moment. Thank you all, everybody, for hanging out here. This is the part where I quickly get through all the business of one. If you're not currently following, give me a follow. Let me know. And set your notifications so you know when I'm streaming. Um, that would be rad as hell. Um, if you're not currently a subscriber, consider using your Twitch coin, which you get for having Amazon Prime, and you get Twitch Prime, then you get a coin. You can use that just like real money. It counts like real money for me. I get the same cut that I would no matter what. You could also just spend $5 a month and join it, and you get a cool emote, and it's fun. That's a great way to support me. Another way that is awesome to support these streams is to join my Patreon. You get videos. When this stream is done, I'm going to upload this video directly to YouTube, and it'll be an unlisted video that will go immediately to my $5 and $10 Patreon backers. $1 gets some announcements. They also get a monthly Q&A and just also my eternal gratitude because those numbers add up. We are now streaming here 3 nights a week for build streaming because of the help of Patreon. So that's another way to support me. As mentioned, I have my Amazon wish list. Will Smith got in my head that I could do some paper crafts, so I put some paper craft in there. I'm going to go quickly look at some stuff here on my wish list that you might think is cool. Yeah, I've got some papercraft in there from the that are some Totoro and Kiki's delivery service that look rad. I've got these Overwatch Lego sets that look cool. Some Dragon Ball figure model kits that look great. A bunch of stuff. The Zoid Wild Liger from Zoid Wild, which is the new Zoid series. It's not good. It's not a great anime, but that Liger looks rad. Uh, I built that. I got a bunch of stuff in there, a bunch of model kits. I got to put some new stuff in. But yeah, consider you buy that. This kit that we're building right now is because Rich Sommer, uh, um, Rich Gallup purchased this kit for me, and because he's rad, and so that's one way. And then I also have my coffee, my Ko-fi. You could just send me a donation there. Anything I make on Patreon, on YouTube, on Twitch, any money that goes into my coffee goes to me buying kits and equipment. The cameras you see here, the stands, the various things, the lights. I replaced my lights last year. The green screen behind me, all that stuff is purchased from my Amazon, from wishlist stuff, but also from wonderful folks like you. Like the second monitor I bought to make streaming work a lot better for me, and especially game streaming. All that comes from your generous support, and I really do appreciate it. You could join the Discord. That's a great place to post photos if you're building something, you're working on something. You want to promote yourself, you could do that. I know a few people have checked out Harold's streams because he's mentioned it there, which is awesome, and a few of you have done some cool streams here and there. And yeah, I'm gonna just take a second here, drink a little water, and then we'll get back to building. Crack all of my knuckles. But hello and everybody. Yeah, we're gonna get back to building in just a moment. All right, great. As I said, I'm definitely trying to rest my voice now that I'm streaming 6 hours a week instead of 4 plus the extra stuff. Um, all right, we'll get back to building. I did mention that I originally last night I was gonna play Hearthstone, um, and I didn't. Instead, I played When Ski Lifts Go Wrong, which was fun. But I've been thinking about, I will find some time to do an actual Hearthstone stream, just its own thing, at some point, because I have a deck that I think is really fun and silly, and I want to play it. And I'm trying to get to rank 18 because I've been stuck at 19 for a while, and I don't know if this will get me there, but 19 isn't hard to be at, so I should be able to get out of there up to 18, not without too much trouble. We'll see. All right. So we're just going to do what we just did with this last one, but with totally other parts. Oops, I dropped a kit, and then, got it. I need that. All right, we did one shoulder. We're going to do the other shoulder. It's pretty much identical, except, just faces the other way in one area, but pretty much the same. Have you tried Slay the Spire? Epic. Oh, I have not tried Slay the Spire. Um, I didn't love the look of it. I think the gameplay looked interesting, but I didn't. It's like it's not the same, but in the same way that I think I would like, by all accounts, would like the engine in the game of Sentinels of the Multiverse, but Sentinels of the Multiverse looks awful. The art for Sentinels of the Multiverse looks like someone drew it in Flash on for Newgrounds. Like I've always said, it just looks like Newgrounds art. Um, and so that, I mean, that's my problem with Sentinels of the Multiverse. Like every time I walk by one of their booths at a convention, I'm always just like, nope, 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 nope. So that's kind of unfortunately how I feel about uh yeah, Urbina. It's just so rough. Slay is fantastic, says Asmo. Yeah, I think Slay I could be interested in that. I don't know. I don't know if I have room in my heart for another card game at the moment. I don't really have time for a card game at the moment, really, another card game. I make time uh for war for Hearthstone because I really like playing Hearthstone. I still really like playing Hearthstone. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so we are assembling here. We got to do the same sticker thing we just did before. Like I said, we're doing exactly the same thing, just with stickers. So we got to take this, and then we need. Why did I just do this? No, 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 no. Well, I just dropped a bunch of stuff, but I will pick it back up. But I have a sticker on my finger, so I want to get this assembled soon. Slay the Spire is a really solid game and very stream friendly because format-wise it's just a roguelike and you build your deck as you do your run. Yeah, I've heard very good things about it. It didn't I wasn't sure if it was something I wanted to try. Um, but yeah. Um, yeah, I should check out more footage of it because it looks. I've heard good things, just haven't tried it out. But yeah, roguelike card builder game sounds fun. Sounds like a good idea. But yeah, I just haven't played it. Uh, all right, time for me to talk about it. Talk about it. Talk about anime stuff. Um, Endro continues to be the anime that I think I might be the only one watching, but I really like it. Um, it is, as I mentioned before, it is a slice of life about girls at an adventuring school that have formed a party and are trying to graduate from adventuring school. And it's silly. Asmo says, I was about to leave to grab some dinner, but I just heard roughly every emergency siren in Seattle go off by my building, so I think I'll hang out for a bit longer. Asmo, it sounds like you have survival skills, and that's awesome. Yeah, a bunch of alarms going off sounds like you should chill out for a minute or two. Maybe see what's up. See what's going on before you venture out into the world. It doesn't sound like a bad idea at all. Um, but yeah, it is. As I said, it's a really charming little series. There's some good characterization. It knows its RPG roots very well, and the kind of adventuring anime trope stuff you see. Uh, there's a little dragon. It's a good slice of life thing. I do recommend it, and the seems to be about friendship, and I'm all for that. And it's silly, so yeah. Um, uh, oh yeah. So Shadow, I bounced off a place further than the universe. It's some people's favorite anime of last year. I didn't really enjoy it, so I stopped watching it. I think the art rubbed me the wrong way, and it just, I don't know, I could get back into it. I just couldn't, it didn't hold my interest. But I know that some people loved it, so that's not me knocking it. Uh, and then I'm double checking that you're giving me the Japanese name of a series I really liked. So I'm just going to double check that real quick. Yes. So Love is Hard for Otaku is what you're asking about. That is on Amazon Amazon Video. So Amazon Prime Video. That is awesome. I think it's only like 11 episodes, and I was caught off guard because I thought there would be 12. Like it's something like 10 or 11. So, but that's a really fun series about different otaku and like dating and relationship stuff, and uh, there's references I don't get in it, which is always fun because I'm just like I don't know what that means, but they both laughed, so okay. It's very cute. Yeah, I definitely recommend um, Love is Hard for Taco. Lasper says I don't have an anime update, but I do have a manga one. I just got the Pinocchio stuff in original Dragon Ball. Oh, the Piccolo. I thought you said Pinocchio. Uh, and boy, is that a tonal shift. Yes. King Piccolo, the original Piccolo, is a tonal shift in Dragon Ball, which is Dragon Ball at up to that point. Some stuff had happened, like uh, some of the Red Ribbon Army stuff is like uh, is kind of rough, but it really does become like a different beast uh, the more it goes along. Like yeah, when it starts to get into the Piccolo stuff, it certainly does get to be more of a like this is real. We are now an action. We are less of a action comedy show and more of a fighting anime. We're getting some shonen stuff going on, you know? Yeah, it definitely gets deeper the more it goes. Oh, this looks cool. Uh, Nobody's getting arms put them until then. Yeah, most of the time, even like bombs going off don't kill people; they just hurt them. Like missiles. So yeah, I would agree with you. It does get a little more real. Um, yes, there's also some death stuff. Gritty news. Apparently, Gritty played in a mascot game at the NHL All Star game, and he did not, and didn't. They did not kill any other mascots. It's good. Uh, Good for Gritty. Gritty doesn't need that. Doesn't need to be known for that kind of behavior. All right, this looks rad as fuck. We're gonna move on to the waist in a moment, but I'm not gonna stop thinking this looks super cool. Um, Oops. And as I say that, the head gets all weird and pops off. I popped off two pieces of the head. I gotta fix that up. I'll fix the head here in a moment. I'm gonna take it off to fix it. Come on. Come on. There we go. I'm gonna fix the head in a moment, but I'm still gonna look at how cool this thing looks. Look at this thing. Looks so cool. Update. Did not get pizza. Got a calzone instead. Well, Epic. Calzones are also good. Uh, and I hope you enjoy. All right, so yeah, so here is our here's the top of our robot. We got to fix the head because it didn't love that. But also yeah, the arms do this thing here where they like can move around, and the shoulder pieces can move around, and then they can like become shields like this. You can shield yourself, or they can just become fists, and they can like go around the regular arm part here. I think there's a thing you can do to like make it so they like go like this, which is cool. That as things pop off like that, that's pretty neat. And then they can also just hold your swords. while you're doing other shit. It's pretty cool. Have you seen the GFB episode that this suit is from? No, I haven't. The Shadow, or Shadow, the ULF. I have not seen any of Builders, so I do not know anything about this kit other than it looked rad. Look, I saw this kit and saw the real, the non-beam swords, and I was like, yeah, I'm putting this kit on my wish list because it looks incredible. But I don't know anything. I mean, I know what the show is, but I don't know the show. Calzone is just to make yourself feel okay about eating a whole pizza at once in a good way. Santini, you're here. Hello, and also you're right. Um, Pizza folded over on itself. Yeah, you just got yourself a folded pizza. Still great. Still made a great choice. And no one here is saying you didn't make a great choice. All right, so I'm going to put this head back on here. I feel like this thing is going to be constantly annoying. Gundam Build Fighters is a show that I think you'd really enjoy. It's a good sports show and love letter to the hobby of building and playing with plastic robots. The creator user of this kit is a kid with 3 PhDs and whose father is a famous detective and his mother is a famous martial artist. Yeah, I remember reading something about the guy who runs the pilot. Is the reason why it has this motif is because that person is like a history buff, like a Japanese history buff. So, okay, yeah, I'm learning. I mean, I know what the Astray looks like, the red Astray, Astray, uh, and this Sengoku version is very cool. All right, this head is annoying. I'm trying to fix this head, get this head on, and get to building the waist. We're going down to the waist unit, which does not have much of a skirt at all, which rules. Always great. Least favorite part of any kit is the skirt. All right, I'm going to finish this head off camera because it's being annoying. But I'll finish that before I take a photo of it. What the fuck? All right, great. We'll just put that there so you can see how cool it is. But yeah, no, I've Urbina, I've heard very good things about it, and people have promoted or told me that I would enjoy it. So I don't doubt that. I just haven't watched it. Yeah. All right, so we need PC-13. But yeah, I'm certainly my interest has been piqued. So are Gundam video games bad? Everything I've ever seen makes me think they should be good games. Last game I tried was Zone of the Enders when I was a teen. So Epic, some are good, some are not good. Uh, Gundam Wing Endless Duel for the Super Nintendo is a cool fighting game. Uh, it's a very cool robot fighting game that I really like. Um, they definitely vary in quality. Yeah, the Gundam Breakers 3 is pretty good. It's basically a Gundam loot game, but I've had a ton of fun with it. Yeah, I know that people are hit and miss, Dorkson, about that one. I know some people really like it, some people don't. If Mr. Bob was here, Mr. Bob has a lot of opinions. So, Epic, next time Mr. Bob is in chat, I will ask for his opinions on those games because he's played a lot of them and has some definite opinions on which ones are good and which ones aren't. Probably more about it than I do. 7 is this one here. Breaker 3 and G Generations Genesis were fun. Yeah, I played a few, like the PS1 games. Like I said, the Super Nintendo one I really have a soft spot in my heart for. I think it's a fun game. I haven't played a lot of Gundam games. I am still interested in that one that's a Genesis most recently. They're import only. The SD Gundam G Generations games. They are import only, but Arabina likes them. There is, I forget which one it was, but there's that a certain scientific railgun, the Service Scientific the Index game. There's like a crossover with that and a mech game that's supposed to be pretty wild. certain magical index and a certain scientific railgun is what I should say, and I want to get that right, even though they are nonsense names. They're both nonsense names. Also because Virtuon, it's Virtuon, yeah. The Virtuon crossover game with that, yeah, because that series is like the thing with magical railgun and index. Even though index is also the name of a character, the thing with that is that like there's a lot of like you have to like the shows came out, but they interact at this, they overlap, and there's like a chronological order you could watch them in, or you could just watch them in release order, and I don't know, and it's a whole goddamn thing. But the central core of it is interesting, so I'm interested to see what that ends up being as far as a Virtuon game. Road says Road beat RA2. Yay! Well, now you got to beat it again, right? You got to beat it the other way. Um, there's a PSP one that's cool. You can play a bunch of different Gundam and Zeon suit battles and scenarios. Oh, that's fun. Wasn't there a Gundam like what's that series? The series where you know what I'm talking about without me saying. Uh, I noob and get Mech and Gundam confused. I like Mech Warrior games, but I know that is not Gundam. Yeah, I mean, it is different things. Oh, that was you beating it the second time. You did Claire. Great. Well, congrats, Road. I didn't know what you meant by that, but awesome. So you did. You're complete. Congratulations. That's rad. Um, yeah, Epic. Gundam is a very specific thing of robot fighting, uh, and there are other things out there that are robots, but not talking about Gundam. Gundam is a specific. Um, Urban Buddha says, also, if you aren't afraid to try Super Robot Wars, quite a few are available that have English subs on PS4. Oh, okay. That's great. That's a great suggestion. I didn't have work today, so I took advantage of that. Road, yeah, that sounds like a game to play when you've got some time. Uh, I've always appreciated the Resident Evil games. Sorry, oh, that was rude. But never like been super into them. The closest I ever got to beating one was Resident Evil 4. I went very far in. I think I almost beat it like two different times on two different consoles and enjoyed it, but it's never been like my favorite series. I've always kind of appreciated it from afar. I don't generally enjoy jump scares or horror games. And I know that like it's a different game now. I think I like my zombie games to be silly. Like, you know, Dead Rising is kind of, I guess, where I like is the kind of like my sweet spot for that, where it's very goofy and hard sometimes, but also got easier and easier as it went. But I think that's kind of more of my style. Uh, RE4 is great. I like it because it's not scary. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of, my feeling about it. Like, Dead Rising is usually like, oh, I screwed up and I'm overwhelmed. Oh, this one mini boss character is too tough. And then, like, they just got into vehicle customization, and I was like, okay, I'll do that. All right, so we're working on our waist here. We got to finish some of these component parts up here. We need some E and a PC. 19. 19. It's a lot. 19 is a pretty high number for these components. RE2 and Season 3 of Riverdale are on my only when the sun is up list. Okay. I understand, Asmo. Sometimes you gotta give yourself some rules and stick to those rules. All right. So here's E. We'll get one of the E's out. We'll just use this E because they're identical. E 32 and E 33. All right. I'm probably going to put a poll up sometime next week for my Patreon to pick what I build next of what I have in my current collection so that I have something on deck because I like having something on deck. And then that'll go later in line if a kit comes in before I finish this because I know that somebody made a purchase on my wish list and I'm waiting on that. Road says, Pat, if you had to be part of a mech squad where each person controlled a limb or something, so like maybe like a, you know, the Ultra Zord kind of thing, Megazord style, which would you choose? I think that I would like to control an arm. Arms are important, especially in the fighting sense, but I'm not in charge of keeping us balanced, you know? I'm in charge of doing some damage and maybe like shielding, like some quick response, like, you know, get a cheap shots in here and there. I like that, but I'm not going to be like in charge of making sure that I'm synced up with, because like it's probably not both legs, so then I have to be synced up with somebody else so that we can walk well, and I don't want to deal with that. I'm not I'm not saying that I'm here for some drifting, getting in sync. Got to make sure that I can hold my own. So yeah, I think the obvious answer for me anyway is one of the arms. Get some stuff done. Alright, so that goes in like this. And then this piece goes in here. And that goes right. Alright. I don't know what this is for. Oh, it goes into... Oh, okay, this is just... Why did I build it there? It's 602. Okay. This is just a, like, component piece here. Alright, makes sense. Even though we're building our waist, we're still building the connectors for the legs. So we built that on one side, and we'll just build the same thing on the other side. Hey, the Power Rangers did it somehow. They did. You're not wrong. But also, like, they were all good friends. So maybe I'd have to join a good friends squad, and we'd all have to, like, be ready to go and make it work. I also think that once they all joined together, they weren't all controlling a limb, even if they were all parts of a limb. I feel like Jason was controlling the whole thing, and then they had other jobs to do, like stabilizers and such. I feel like they weren't each controlling a limb. So it's a little different than the Power Rangers. And Voltron. I think Voltron was just like everyone had a job to do, but it wasn't like, okay, and you move this leg, and now I move this leg, and you move this leg, and now I move this leg. I could be wrong. Did it come out that one of the original cast members was not a good dude? I don't know. That's totally possible, Epic Open World. I don't know for sure. I mean, not everyone's awesome, so it wouldn't surprise me if it turns out that one of them was not a cool person. What I did, oh, Samurai Flamenco. I don't know about that, Shadow, so I can't answer. If you think about the Voltron with all the vehicles, it must have been dull for some of the drivers since there were so many. Yeah. It also says I like Die Guard because it was like what these people really do in the control seats. Yeah. That is fun. Um, but yeah, I don't know about Samurai Flamenco though, so can't answer. Can't answer the question if I don't know the answer. I mean, I can, but I'm doing what I do now. Um, all right. We've got another half an hour or so building, so we're gonna keep working on the waist here, and we'll do some more of the legs, and that'll be fun. Uh, Building up the waist components here. Like I said, I am happy that this is not a big jumble of nonsense, although this is a jumble of nonsense. I built this wrong. Let's go back that. There we go. And there we go. Yeah, this doesn't look super tough to assemble here. I gotta build a few pieces, and then I need B and D and B5. Alright, so we'll do that. Need some B pieces here and some D. Alright. Okay, so if you ever wanted to see the PM of Japan fighting a golden exosuit powered directly by his approval rating, the Samurai Flamenco is the show for you. The Blue Ranger left the show because he was harassed for being gay. So yeah, probably more than not a great person to say. That's totally possible. I know that the guy who played the Blue Ranger ended up on that show again as like himself, but later in years. And he was basically the Zordon kind of role of like the advisor. And then there was a thing where he tried to use his old ranger powers, and but they were like whittling away because there was already a Blue Ranger. I don't remember which series that was, but I know he came back and he was on the show again. Uh, which I always thought was kind of neat. I thought that was a nice thing that he ended up becoming like an advisor to the Rangers. Thinking of old mechs, I really used to like the theme song for Dan Cougar. Yes, that is a good show. That's a good theme, I should say. It's a good show. It's also a good theme. I think the Big O music was cool. It's not that old of a mech show, but damn if the Big O wasn't a cool show. That was a really cool show. It got really weird, and it kept getting fucking weird, and it didn't need to be. Look, that show is so much weirder than it needed to be. That second season is bizarro. It did not need to be that weird. It was so cool as it was. And I always wonder if it got that weird because they were like trying to justify why like they were trying to answer the questions they hadn't answered, and they just came up with weirder and weirder reasons. But yeah, when those other mechs show up at the end of the first one, it's just like what? And the mysteries keep getting unraveled. Oh yeah, that show goes places. Big O ruled. All I know is that I'm a tomato. Indeed, I'll try. But yeah, that is that's one good show. Just thinking about it. Big O. How fucking cool that show was. It's a real cool show. B5, and that's B4. Gonna put on there. B4 goes on this side. B5 goes on this side. Uh, Big O was pretty cool. Harold, I think it was very cool. It looks like the Batman animated series art style, and the music is cool, and the mystery is interesting, and it's got a big old mech, bunch of problems to solve, huge big mystery. I really like that show. Uh, you've seen Star Driver, also super weird Mecha show. No Shadow, I've never seen Star Driver. At the time, people always explained Big O as Batman the animated series with a mech. Yeah, I think that was an apt description. The art style certainly was. It was unique looking. But yeah, I don't know anything about Star Driver. All right, so we need B6 here. Working the back of this waist here, getting our waist done. Almost ready to start working on our legs. We still have to do our legs, and the legs are going to take a little while because there's a lot of armor to the legs. And then we got to build our shield, and then put together our katanas. Oh, that's awesome that the shield lives on the back, which just looks really cool. And then the swords like rest on the like these parts right here are where the swords like go. I see that rolls too. This kit is awesome. As it slowly comes apart. Definitely gonna have to do some assembly before I take a photo of the work we've done tonight, but whatever. I'll get to it. I'll figure it all out. It's not leg day yet, Harold. We'll start leg day, but definitely leg day kicks off for real on Monday, late night Monday. That'll be the real leg day. Um, Big O rules. Any robot that boots up with a screen that says "Cast in the name of God, ye not guilty" is good in my book. I will agree. Uh, Epic says to work them legs. Indeed, we will start working on those legs soon. And Star Driver is a mecha show by the director of Revolutionary Girl Utena, and it's pretty wild. That's a wild thing already. So yeah, okay. Uh, Also appreciate Valverde for being Sunrise, just doing every absurd over the top thing they felt was too much for Gundam. Ooh, okay, I like that. Uh, Need to sit down and watch older mech shows. I never showed the game or Battler. Yeah, yeah, I definitely want to take a look at Star Driver with that description. I mean, like I've certainly watched my share of mech stuff. A lot of it is me watching uh, Gundam. Gundam is certainly the thing I've watched the most of any show like that, certainly. But I've watched other ones. Uh, I think Dual is cool. Dual is the same creator as Tenchi Muyo, so the art style is similar. I think I'm going to double check. I think Dual is the Tenchi Muyo person. Look that up. Anime. Yes, it is. Dual Parallel Trouble Adventure. Uh, yes, yeah, it's a Tenchi person. I liked it. It was a cool show. Um, I thought Dual was a pretty cool mech fighting series. Yeah, it was made by Panasonic. Um, and then I mean, he also then the Tenchi creator also then made that thing that's labeled as a Tenchi Muyo show uh, that I watched like I had never seen and just kind of watched like late last year. That show has some really cool mech design. It's got some like living organic mech stuff going on. But it also is mostly about a like Tenchi's younger half brother who is got the spirit of a goddess inside of him and is doing a bunch of nonsense. And a lot of it is like him being a cool guy or a good, nice boy, and people being really into him. It's like a harem show that also has some cool mech stuff, but it doesn't do enough with the cool mechs. And also, all the episodes are like 40 something minutes long because it was a weird like series on like the equivalent of HBO in Japan. So Didn't have to be the standard TV length. It's a weird show, but I did like it. It just wasn't all I wanted. Okay, down there. So we finished the waist, and we're gonna start on legs. Does it have a cat that turns into a spaceship? No. It does have like bubbles that turn into cool robots, and some robots that go crazy and big and get real weird. Um, but yeah, it doesn't have an animal friend. It doesn't have a good animal friend. So it is a little less than. I'm just dropping sheets on the floor. Don't mind me. All right, so we need W5. Now, another one of those that we can do a lot of these steps at the same time. So we'll do a bunch of these at once and then go from there. I want a spaceship cat. Yeah, Ryoki is pretty cool. Yeah, I hadn't kept up with Tenchi Muyo, and so I was watching this series, and like I didn't realize that when I was watching War on Gemini or whatever it was called, that it was like a mod, like it was a take on what was happening in the Tenchi Muyo OVA that I hadn't watched yet, where there was an introduction of Tenchi's half brother. Because I was like, who the fuck is this kid? What is this? Is this a retelling? Why does he know Washu? What's going on? I didn't understand. And then I realized there was some Tenchi Muyo I hadn't watched. So that's why I was confused. We just settled for a spaceship. Yeah, epic. I understand. I mean, I do. A transforming cat sounds pretty good. A crystal cat is also a spaceship. It's pretty great. I mean, honestly, I'd rather. I guess I would rather have instead of a spaceship. I'd rather have a cat that can do super portals and take me to the moon, a la Lion from Steven Universe. Gosh, I'm net again. No spoilers, but Change Your Mind was awesome. So good. Oh, it's just so enthralled with that. I'm so happy for it, and it was a good cap of the fucking show. I mean, supposedly there's gonna be more Steven Universe, and in my mind, I mean it's certainly an important show and a good show, but they could be done, and I think like the the end of that felt like an end. Again, no spoilers, but I was like, I am satisfied with what you have done here. If you want to be done, that's cool with me. Uh, but yeah, it's so rare in my opinion to have like a good conclusion to something. You know, sometimes we don't get those conclusions at all, or they seem very forced and weird. But that in particular, I think that if that was the series finale, the special, I would be okay with it. That's just me though. But yeah, very cool. Some good weird stuff. Ba, ba, ba. Also, just like Asmo says, knowing when to stop is an underrated skill in storytelling. Yeah, I think that like especially with the way that you know U.S. television works, it's hard to convince people to stop doing a thing. Usually it ends because people like the numbers don't add up, not that people are ready for it to be over, which is frustrating because there's a lot of U.S. television that is one season too long, and it's I think kind of fucking wild that like adult like that like Adventure Time wrapped up in a way that they wanted to, and that even though apparently there's gonna be more, uh, Steven Universe like kind of wrapped up in a way that like was really good. I mean, it feels a little rushed here and there, but it's still excellent, and I think that's like a huge accomplishment to be able to say like, no, it's still fucking good. Uh, but yeah, I'm sure there will be other opinions on that out there. But yeah, in my opinion anyway, it ended real cool. It's real good. And there's, again, no spoilers because I want people to watch it, especially folks that are behind on Steven Universe. So I don't want to be part of the problem. Um, but there is a callback. It's not super obscure, but it's obscure. There's a callback in that they must have been waiting to do for a really long time, and it's just like it's not even a callback so much as it's a reference that like I wonder how long Rebecca Sugar knew that that was going to happen. Because there's a lot of stuff that like is clearly foreshadowed in the show, and then other stuff that was like misdirects. Update: Calzone has arrived and it's delicious. Excellent update, Epic. I'm happy for you. Congratulations on having that. A good calzone. That's rad. Um, this is not a spoiler. I'll say this. Here's the thing. There's a lot of winking and nodding in Steven Universe that Steven was gonna lose an eye. Steven does not lose an eye. I don't think that is a spoiler. I think that's just a thing that like there's a lot of winking and kind of setup for that, and it doesn't happen. And it isn't to say that he won't lose an eye in the future, but it seemed to be kind of implying that that was going to happen. And it doesn't. That's kind of interesting. I thought it would. I don't know. Some good shit. Pepperoni, sausage, mushrooms, olives, and pineapple and green peppers. That is epic. You put a lot of things in that calzone. I might have stopped with pepperoni or sausage, but you also have a lot of other shit in there. And then I've done pineapple with like ham, but I don't know if I've done pineapple with mushrooms and green peppers. It doesn't sound bad. It just doesn't sound like something I would order, which I didn't order. You did. So great. I'm glad you like it. But yeah, those are some choices. Pineapple is a bold choice with otherwise traditional construction. Yeah, I would agree. Uh, I think I mentioned episode 3 of Dororo is really fucking good. That's an anime I can talk about. Dororo, it's really fucking good. It's on Amazon Prime. Uh, get some backstory stuff in this one. Get some assumptions of what's going on. Cool old man. Good stuff. Uh, I'm into Dororo. It's a good action show. It's very straightforward. Some good flashback stuff. You get to learn some stuff, including somebody's name, which is pretty cool. Uh, but yeah, overall, I'm into that show. I'd skip the olives. The rest could work, says Harold. Asmo says the pineapple is bold choice, well, not always traditional construction. It was the supreme option. It also had onions, but I hate those, so I had to leave them off. Epic. I love that of all the things you didn't want in that, it was the onions. Because to me, anyway, just me, onions with the sausage and pepperoni and mushrooms and green peppers feels like you're getting some sort of cheesesteak situation going there, which I am on board for. But the pineapple makes it just so weird. And I love that you're like, pineapple, yes, onions, no. It's great choices. I'm very, very intrigued. Uh, DP No Calzones were my crew's go-to drunken late night delivery in college. And now I miss those calzones. Yeah, I'm not a huge calzone person. I prefer I like a stuffed thing more. I like a you know what it is? Here's what it is. Because I don't like ricotta that much at all. So I'm actually more of a pepperoni roll or a sausage roll. I like a good roll. That's my jam. That's my thing. If you want to give me a good roll, and now that I'm talking about the pizzone, that was a college favorite for Harold. Now that I'm talking about it, I am hoping that there is a pepperoni roll or even a pepperoni wheel left at my local pizza place. As I upload this video, I could go there because it's a Saturday night and they'll still be open this late. They might have a wheel. The wheel is not the same thing as a roll, obviously, but the wheel's not bad. I like it, especially if I can get some marinara sauce. I might do that. I might go get a pepperoni wheel or roll. But yeah, that's my preferred thing. A lot of bread, a lot of sauce, a lot of cheese, a lot of meat. All right, we're going to do one more step here, and then we will wrap things up on our kit. We're getting our feet done. Annie got feet? So we need V12 and V13. But yeah, we'll just finish this step up here, and then we'll wrap up for the night. My next stream will be on Monday at 1 a.m. Eastern Time. That is my late night stream, because I'm going to keep doing that for a while. I want to stream 3 times a week. I can't always stream on Fridays, and my schedule for the next 2 weeks is going to be kind of weird, so I want to stream whenever I can. So I'll be streaming a late night on a Monday. New York Pizza Shop calzones are the jam. They are good. Asmo says, my hometown has a ton of pizza places and do a few good foldovers, which really are just folded pizzas, no ricotta. Yeah, that's good. That's how I like it. The late night Pat stream was great fun. Yeah, I had a good time on Monday. I got a little tired towards the end, just as we were both wrapping up. I was trying to start this kit, and we got raided by Will Smith, which was nice, very nice of him. I always seem to get raided at the end of my streams, almost exclusively, including Thursday. We got that nice little raid towards the end. But or last night, it was last night. Last night during the game stream, we got raided at the end. Yeah, I always seem to get raided just as I'm trying to wrap up, so which is fine. We had a pretty good New York style pizza place, but then they closed up shop, and now it's a burrito place. Yeah, it's rough. You'd think pizza wouldn't be hard, but it is. You know, if it's just like the delivery radius doesn't work, if there's just too many, or people aren't ready to pay a little bit more for a lot better, you know, depends on your spot. But especially Harold, in Florida, like if it's some communities where people have moved for like retirement, and you got a lot of New Englanders, well, then there's probably some people craving some good pizza, but not everybody, not every spot, and that's not every person. So I understand how that might not translate, unfortunately. All right, so I'm going to wrap up there. We got our feet done. We got our waist done. We got our arms assembled and our thing. We did a lot tonight. Tonight we did really good. We finished an arm and the shoulders and the head, which I have to fix. Well, yeah, we got a lot done on this kit. And then on Monday, maybe we'll wrap up on Monday. I don't know. We got to finish. We got to do the legs on Monday, and we got to do the shields. So yeah, maybe Monday we'll finish up. If not, it'll be next Thursday. So I'll put a poll up. Maybe I'll put a poll up tomorrow or Monday. I'm not sure, but yeah, I'll definitely put a poll up soon to figure out for my Patreon what I'll work on next. Um, I was in San Diego once and tried to fold my pizza. The thunderous crack of the crust made when I folded it heralded coming apocalypse. Yeah, I could see a thin crust not wanting to fold. Sounds like you got one very thin. All right, so I'm gonna finish. I'm gonna fix this head right now before I log off. But yeah, thank you everybody who's joining me. Thanks everybody who's coming in late. Once again, I will be doing a 1 a.m. Eastern Time stream on Monday. That'll be my next stream. It'll be a build stream as usual. Next Thursday at will be my last stream of the month, and a subscriber will win a model kit, or I think it's 2 Lego sets this time around. 2 Lego sets will go to a lucky subscriber as part of my monthly giveaway that I do the last build stream of every month. So that'll be on Thursday, the 31st. So that's another thing to look forward to. I want to thank everybody for joining me. I hope you have a great rest of your Saturday or start of your Sunday or whatever it's going on with you, wherever you are. If you're watching this later on YouTube, hi. Thanks for watching me on YouTube. And try to put this head on without breaking anything, and I didn't do it. But yeah, thanks so much. Thank you for watching. Thanks for everybody joining. If you're not currently a subscriber, consider becoming a subscriber. Or tell a friend. That would be great. You know, tell somebody that might like this shit, that they would like this. And see you all later, and hopefully see somebody on Monday and somebody on Thursday or whenever. Bye-bye.